NoJumper talking about they not supporting Bricc Baby. I feel like that's crazy because Bricc Baby dedicated himself to that job. But then again, he didn't get locked up because of the job. So I feel what they saying. I ain't mad, but it's like, damn. There should be no limit to how much you hold down your homie, especially if you know he's in the streets and you wanted to get him out of there. Feel me? So let's see how this go. Turn this volume up because I'm tired of my volume being low. Get it on. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate everybody who's supporting. We about to smack this 2K. If not, we hit the 2K. So we're gonna celebrate soon. Let's get it done.
I put out a video about the Bricc Baby situation. There was some stuff that he said on stream, or not on stream, but on a jail call to his girl while I was away. I addressed it in the video, and I guess I'm bringing it to the table right now so we can kind of have a conversation about it. What was you guys' thoughts on this piece that I put out?
Well, my first thought was that I understood what you were saying when your confusion was like, damn, when I talk to you on
Here come Lush.
the phone, where's this energy?
Right.
And then the next day you have to hear about it through third parties and publicly. I can understand your frustration there. And I think Bricc is probably just in a feeling kind of desperate, you know what I mean? Like his back's against the wall. The amount of money it costs to fight cases of this magnitude are fucking crazy. And, you know, he's got what, 5 kids? More? Four kids.
Okay.
He take care of more than that though. He has like a lot of people he take care of. So, you know, the financial thing is probably really stressful. I feel bad that I can't do more for him. I already have like, I put about $100 a month to the side for my partners in jail for little.
Let's comment on that. We're not even gonna talk about the $100 a month when you're making podcast money, but I feel you, Lush. I don't know if they really getting paid what we think they getting paid. You feel me? Like, that's what I think. I don't think they really getting paid that much, but that's not even the point of this. The point is, of course, Bricc gonna go through hard situations, and Adam probably gave him bread already multiple times. So it's probably hard for Adam to just throw the bread out there. You feel me? But
See for Norm, for Ronnie Alma, it's not that much, you feel me, but it's what I can afford. So on my next paycheck, I'm gonna shoot Bricc another note. That's what I can do. I wish I could have more money for him.
For sure. And definitely, I think Friday we're going to do a music stream / whatever stream, just talking and stuff. And we're going to basically give that money to Bricc. And we're also plotting on some t-shirts, some free Bricc Baby t-shirts, so that we can raise some more money for him in that regard. I guess basically, like, I was trying to prompt a conversation with that video about the fact that you know, I feel like I'm in kind of a weird spot because of the fact that, you know, he got locked up. There was already a sizable debt. I had let him borrow a pretty significant amount of money from my perspective. And it's like, you know.
there you go right there. He already gave him money. So it's like, is this a thing that Bricc is dependent on him and he feels more like he's probably more deep into it when he's not supposed to be because the case has nothing to do with him? You know me? So he's not entitled to do that. But, you know, just hold him down, like he said, raise money and think of ways that could help him. That would be better. Instead of just taking money from the business that Adam really grinded to bring up NoJumper. You feel me? So it's not like Bricc Baby made the show.
You know, I know that he looks at me as somebody who's got his life together and have done fairly well for myself over the years. But the truth is that NoJumper, in kind of a tricky spot. Obviously, we did the whole going broke narrative, had that whole conversation a couple of weeks ago and everything. But, you know, it's a weird spot to be in because I wish that I could fully support him and that I could kind of make these problems go away. I wish I could just cop the boy a lawyer. That would be amazing. But realistically, there's only so much that I could do. And it's like we went weeks where he didn't ask me for anything. So this is kind of like all just sort of like come about over the course of like the last week. I felt like he wasn't asking me because I had just let him borrow more money like right before he got locked up. So I know he probably like didn't really want to ask me for it, but it's like,
because it's embarrassing. Imagine You being a grown man. And Bricc was doing good. Bricc was working, obviously, at NoJumper. So, you know, he was doing his thing. So, and then Adam, his boss. So it's like, damn, he can't reach out to nobody else but Adam. That's crazy. Adam already held him down multiple times. But if somebody locked up, is it a limit on how much you can hold them down, or you just going to continue to do what you can? Let me know in the comment section below.
From my perspective, there's got to be a limit on how much I'm really expected to do for somebody who does podcasts on the channel. In particular, because of the fact, and I don't think I mentioned this in the video, but it's like Brick's case
We got to
doesn't have
go
anything
watch
to do
that
with me.
video.
You know, it's like, it's not, he didn't catch the case because of anything he did on camera. Even the stuff that did happen on camera that makes his case a little bit worse, like the fact that they pointed out that he had a gun in his waistline on his last time on the podcast right before they arrested him. Like, I didn't know that. I never had a conversation with him about if he was bringing a strap to work or anything like that. But it's not.
So Adam don't, it's not like Adam knew. Even though he has security, do employees get searched when they walk into NoJumper also? That's the real question. And if they do, how the hell they don't know? Because I know they got armed security there. Because I think Flacco got shot by one of them. But, you know, who knows?
Not like he got locked up defending me or defending the business or something. Maybe that situation would be a little bit different. You know, this was purely stuff that realistically, like almost everything that he's in trouble for is stuff that happened even before he started working at NoJumper.
Do you think that if he didn't have the $8,000 or so debt to you previous to this incarceration?
You put the dollar amount out there?
I did. I put it in the video. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He put the dollar amount. So it's 8,000. A Bricc owe 8,000. I'm pretty sure NoJumper do more than that in a month. You feel me? So that's type weird. That's wacky. I ain't gonna lie to you. If Adam got it and he rich and he do porn and he do all of this, he got multiple incomes, then he should be able to help his mans, regardless of the situation, if he owe you or not. And if Bricc Baby work for you, then if he do beat the case, then you help him out. You feel me? He give back. That's how you supposed to do it. That's how it should be. But I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not, he said that he had.
I think me and Stoney just getting up to speed.
Okay, so in the original, when Bricc got locked up, I guess it was around the time he was first coming over here.
Yeah, it was within like the first month or two that he was doing podcasts on the channel that he basically got the feds running up in his crib. Yeah.
Yeah, so he got busted then, and Adam shot him 5 bands, and then I guess recently you shot him another few bands. So
Yeah.
if
Let's
you
just
didn't
point
already have
everything
that
out there.
balance, would you think it would be a different situation?
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. I would probably be like more forthcoming in terms of trying to make shit easier on them and everything like that. It's just like when somebody already has a pretty sizable debt to me, it's like I'm just not the kind of person who's just gonna act like $5,000 is not a lot. $5,000 to me is still a shitload, regardless of.
That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. You see the different aspects of life, how people think about it. Like different cultures. You feel me? He gonna hold on to every bit of his money. He counting every dollar. You feel me? So take notes from Adam, y'all. Hold your money and count every dollar. You heard? Because 5,000 is a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you. It ain't shit when you doing podcasts and making money, but it's every dollar counts regardless of what. So
Of whatever I got going on, you know.
Well, especially it's got to be kind of weird when you have this relationship. Is in order to have chemistry on a podcast, there has to be a level of friendship. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But at the same time, you have this employer-employee relationship. So it's like,
And forever, it's always unbelievably tricky when you have somebody who's working for you and then you start to become friends, because there's like a certain way that you would like to be able to act for your friends. And then there's a certain way that you consider it appropriate to act with somebody who works for me.
that's a fact. Favoritism come into play. Everything comes into play with that one. Feel me? Working for your friend or your friend working for you, it get real.
You know,
Get
and
real
so that's
sticky.
kind of like a tricky balance. And I
Would you
see a
work
lot
for
of
your
people in
friend?
the
Would you work
comments
for
who
your friends?
clearly don't understand that is kind of a precarious balance, because like, you know, people will be looking at it, be like, oh, to Adam, everything is just business. And it's like, well, this is someone who works for the brand. So it's like, yeah, it is kind of business. And at a certain point, it's like, I have to move accordingly, right?
I mean, I'll say this: I've been in so
He got to, or he gonna lose everything he built. You feel me? So it's mandatory that Adam move accordingly. That's it.
many dire financial situations since I started working here, and I've never once asked NoJumper, you, or anybody affiliated with NoJumper for money in any capacity. Just because, like, I feel like it will fuck up potentially the dynamics and the relationships over here if I did that. You know what I mean?
And especially when there's never even a discussion or any kind of like consideration about paying it back, which is obviously the case in this situation. Like, I don't mean to like rub it in or act like it's
So they know, like, oh, I got you on the first type shit.
nah. And to be fair, I never brought it up, and if I had, then you know maybe he would have like tried to.
But when you owe somebody money, they ain't supposed to come looking for it. You supposed to pay it back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nah, that's a fact. Ain't nobody supposed to ask for nothing that you get. Like, you not supposed to ask for nothing that you gave someone. You understand? If it's an understandable deal. If y'all talked about it and you had that whole conversation, you don't have to come look for your money. That's a hell no. What the helly?
But
What the hell?
have you ever been broke and had a rich friend? Never
Pretty
been
much
the case.
no to both of those. I never really had a rich friend like prior to all the NoJumper stuff. I never really had a friend who had more money than me that I was like real friends with, you know? Like I always kind of was like the guy who had like a little bit of money and then all my friends were broke.
I've been broke with rich friends.
Just to be totally real. Like even the BMX days, I kind of always had more money than like pretty much everybody that I was hanging out with, even though at that time, like me having money was like, oh, I had like 10 grand in the bank. You know, it wasn't like I was like killing it or anything.
I think Bricc kind of looking like I'm good as long as I got my boy, my friend that's up some M's. I'm gonna be forever straight, and that's probably his mindset. But
You see the different aspects of life when they talking. Two different people, and we gonna be blunt. It's a white guy and a black guy. You feel me? So he telling you from how Bricc is thinking, just being like, yo, and it's probably not even from a white guy and a black guy. It's probably from a friend who got a rich friend side. You feel me? Like, and definitely you gotta you can't use your friend, you feel me? But you gotta understand that they there for you. You gotta make sure that they feel like they not being used and that they are there for you. You feel me? So yeah, that shit is crazy.
shouldn't be thinking like that. And then if you do, you should keep your credit clean. Like, man, pay it back. You know what I'm saying? So then you can always
go back and
you
get
can
it
always
again.
double back because they know you good for it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but the other thing is like the reason why I never said like, yo, can you pay me back on this time of schedule or whatever is because my assumption about how he would go get some money is not really like something that I wanted to like encourage him to do.
Might be a liability.
This is a guy who has been, you know,
Adam probably don't even believe he could get that $5 grand back a clean way. So he not even asking for it back because he don't want to put him in danger.
in the streets for a percentage of his life, pretty much the whole life until recently, I guess. And, you know, I didn't want to like be like, yo, like you got to go do this so that you could help me out. I just figured he would pay it back if he got the chance or whatever. So like, I don't know. I made that video today just to try to like explain that shit to the world. And then in particular, it just really kind of rubbed me the wrong way seeing him say things on a jail call that was so different than the tone that we were dealing with on camera or on the phone when it was just me and him. And then in addition, for Sharp to be making videos and making it like he's got inside information from talking to Bricc, that really pissed me off. Because especially like if me and you are homies, why is someone like Sharp, who is a bottom-dwelling piece of dog shit, why is he coming out with exclusive information that, you know, yeah, part of me thinks like maybe Sharp was just saying that, but then part of me also is like Sharp swearing up and down in the video that he's like, I don't think, I know. You know, when he's making it 100% clear that he knows for a fact that this is how the situation is between me and Bricc, I got to take that a certain way. And if this is really your boy and he's saying that and it's not coming from you, then you should probably have something to say about that.
I think a lot of people's like rebuttal or question that they would have for you in this moment isn't NoJumper kind of like capitalizing, or people think that NoJumper's making a lot of money off of Bricc still. And like this, so he deserves compensation from his name being just so.
That's probably a fact. Bricc probably got, I already know Bricc got them some bread, but he not the main attraction. He not the person who created the show regardless of it. NoJumper is Adam's name, so
Prominently
it's a
featured.
million, it's a million guests who've been on the show.
Number one, we're going to talk about what's in the news no matter what. That's just what this business is. So it's like, you know, if Brick's in the news, we're going to talk about Bricc. If it wasn't Bricc, if T-Rail got a fucking murder case tomorrow, then yeah, we're going to make money off talking about T-Rail, you know? But
or Yuri even for that instance.
Or Yuri, yeah. Fingers crossed that somebody
wipes
him off the face of the earth. But that being said, I actually feel like, you know, probably the Bricc experiment was not really, I feel like we were probably in the red up until this time period. So like, if anything, us having so many conversations about this on camera was probably like the thing that maybe like bumped it over into the black. But then also like understand that there's a lot of stank on the brand right now. And as illogical as it is from my perspective, there's a lot of people that are not really excited to be on the NoJumper platform because they are kind of looking at it like a Fed adjacent podcast.
We're going to end it right there. Adam know why motherfuckers ain't on his show, because it look weird and you be talking like goddamn Vlad. You understand? Let me know in the comment section how y'all feel about this. Adam is refusing to give Bricc any more money because he do have an $8,000 balance, you feel me, that he owes. So it is what it is. I don't know. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. We're gonna continue to grind this YouTube wave. Let's get it.
Dream React.